Well, after one of the craziest 9 days of the year for me, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT beta was coming out and it's finally over. You gotta know this, despite I'm making a video about Dissidia Arcade for almost 2 years, I haven't actually played it. I didn't live in Japan, so what do you expect? And all the stuff I know are basically from a crap ton of gameplay video I watched and Dissidia Japanese wiki. So yes, this beta is a big deal for me, a first chance to play the game I have been highly obsessed for so long. And of course I got something to talk about. Think of this as a first impression or maybe a review on the beta only. So let's go with an actual gameplay. So mostly my enjoyment cause I pretty much covered most of the mechanic in the past video. Okay, first, what I thought about the gameplay. I really like it, not disappointed at all. Probably because I know the game so well that I can pretty much jump in with a few problems. Like, why the hell did they swap an X and a circle button, huh? I freaking jumped like a rabbit the first few games I play. Well, anyway, I already expect that the game will be way different from PSP title, and I like the different direction. I'm thinking that it's not better or worse than Dualism, it's just different. And besides, it's a freaking beta, I can't judge it fully now. It's less of a highly flashy cinematic 1v1 fight with almost unlimited mobility, and more of a tactical style team-based action RPG with a mix of personal skill and team coordination 3v3 action. And yes, at first you will feel like this game is a little bit more limiting with no chase and EX mode mechanic. But with EX skill, there is not just a super form or super attack for every character, but instead of different type of skill, make every character a bit more unique. Not to mention, it's all happening in the real time with a way to counter different skill. And Wall Rush actually allows you to do a melee combo where you can't do that otherwise in Dualism, if you don't have an assist of course. But if you miss an assist mechanic, you got to remember, your two teammates is pretty much a living permanent assist. And that's something that's really important and interesting about this game, a team fight and some cool moment that came out from it. Unfortunately, you don't have much chance to experience it in the beta, maybe because a lot of new players, but I can't blame all on them though, I will go to that later. If you want my thought about the HUD, short version, I don't mind much, long version, go watch this video. In terms of content in this beta, well, most part of it is pretty lacking, but others are surprisingly more than I thought. The character roster is a 14 character like when the arcade launched. It will not be much of a problem, but there is only 2 battle sets that you can't even customize, which means only 2 HP attack for each heroes. Except for one who gets 4 because he's a freaking one. And for universal skill, well, there's only 4 type of EX skill build, which out of the 2 of them, there's gonna be one that everyone have used a lot in the arcade, and the other situational one. Which you can guess, playing a lot of games does make it feel a little bit same. The soundtrack are great, but there's only 14 of them, you know, the one from 1 to 14 remix. And there's only 3 modes, a simple matchmaking, a practice mode, and a tutorial, which is not much of a tutorial, but just one video. Oh, I will come back to you, just wait. But aside from the stuff that feel like the launch of the arcade, the stage and the summon is actually up to date to the arcade version. Even the balance patch is pretty current one. Thank god I don't want to deal with 4-second Terra Meteor. So in terms of content in beta, it's a bit limiting for my taste. If they're going to do like another beta, I wish they add more skill set to each character. Or maybe one more character at least, preferably either one of these two. But there's one new thing that is not even in the arcade in this beta, which is an actual English voice acting. I'm not gonna talk much here cause I think they don't want to review it yet, but I gotta say it's still very good. Might have some different, but I'm pretty sure they're all like the same voice actor from PSP game. And the writing for a dialogue is pretty cool too. Battle cry, chord chat, and the best thing of all, the summon chord. God damn, I love summon dialogue writing in English version. Cause in Japanese, everyone would say the summon attack name and followed by the summon name. It's all the same for everyone, pretty neat but kinda generic. English however, every character has a unique line for every single summon, and there's some damn awesome line here. My personal favorite being Cloud with Ifrit and Squall with Alexander and Shiva.
Ram your ice through them, they deserve it!
It was great, I can't wait for Capcom, man, I'm so looking forward to him. Now come to some negative stuff. There are two main problems I have with this beta. The first one is the whole matchmaking and the lag. Each game can be ranging from smooth as butter 60 frames per second to PowerPoint presentation 0.1 frame per second. And to be fair, I play an NA version despite I'm in Asia right now. I'm not sure if this is like a global server, so maybe this is partly my fault. But nevertheless, it should be fixed, especially when button press in this game depend a lot on whether or not it's in frame or not. Cause I swear, I have to mash a button so many times in the lagging game to make it even work. And for the love of Cosmos, Squall is unplayable with even a bit of lag. The dude needs a precise timing in every hit or else his damage sucks, man. Be sure you don't get a lag when you play him, okay? You will go talk to a wall and cry. The matchmaking takes really long most of the time. I'm mostly just doing anything else while waiting, but this really needs to get better. It's getting pretty annoying, especially when the system just give up for waiting too long and couple me with one or two AI, or just make it all an AI game and it's basically a training mode. And yeah, the AI did get harder the higher your rank is, but nowhere near as hard as a real player. And I did get this AI game a lot, you know. I got my Cloud to Platinum C, but I'm pretty sure about 30% of the point I get is from free AI game. It gets better after the patch 1.04, but it's still not entirely fixed though. Other problem might be even bigger. Well, this problem is not applied for me, but damn that this beta did a damn bad job at explaining the game. I have no problem at all because I eat and breathe this game for years, but some newcomer or even a veteran from PSP game would be at least a bit confusing. They have a tutorial video that covers the control and the basic mechanic, but it's a freaking information dump. But the good news is, you don't have to worry about the official version though. They have a pretty detailed tutorial mode in the arcade, so there is no reason for them to not put it into a PS4 version. So yeah, it would have been better for a real tutorial in the beta. But even if I let that pass, what about each character specifically? You might figuring out something in the training mode when you play it long enough, but there's some other stuff that will be impossible to know, or it will be way easier if they have some move lists in the game for you to read. The most we got are short character summarization, and there's short detail on HP attack and universal EX skill. All the 7 or more bravery attack and ultimate EX skill? Nope, you gotta look it up yourself. Seriously, how can you know that Lightning can switch her paradigm by pressing L3? How can you know that Squall damage is crap and you need to do a trigger? How can you know what any of these ultimate skills actually do? This thing really needs attention. In the real game, I wish for at least a character explanation. Or hell, even just one move list picture. Or heck, just link it to my moveset video for God's sake. Well, despite this problem, I still really enjoy my time with this game. And of course, can't wait for the official release. In the meantime, just wait and hype for a new character that will be released in the next couple of months. If you want to know more about Dissidia NT characters, check out either my moveset video, which is a rundown on each character moveset, or Warrior Spotlight video where I go in depth and explain the history of them in the arcade. As always, I'm True Basinger, and may fate unite us once more.